the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 8. And they finally get to him, but not before he's past the 45 to the 46-yard line.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage. A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
He'll try and run it. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Obviously, a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a 1st down, but a big...
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out as they're an extra point away now from tying this football game.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. As the Ravens come back out here on offense, we talked about Lamar Jackson earlier, Charles, but these Ravens, they rolled through the middle part of the season. Couple losses in September, but undefeated in October, November, and rolled that into December. They've answered every big question thus far. The wins over Seattle, New England, Houston, the Rams, the Niners, and Bills as well. Are they the favorite? Through an opening, and there he goes. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl as his guys are able to regain the lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Mahomes picked by his ex-teammate Marcus Peters. He was looking for Watkins that time.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Like a freight train there, Derek Nottie with a sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Jackson now down around his goal line. Steps away. He'll run it. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. On third down, Jackson. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Armani Watts. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So after the INT, here's Mahomes on the move to his left. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Two seconds to go, first quarter. Mahomes will try again on second down. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Watkins, the intended receiver.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 3. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. And an alley to run. Oh, another beautiful move. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Chiefs.
I know many talk about the kick return as maybe the most exciting play in football, but any type of a return where it's a change of possession where the defense gets the ball, that's exciting too, but it's not just an accident. Once they get the football, they've worked on finding people to block, creating running lanes for the guy with the ball, and protecting him. And this one was a long run.
Absolutely. They did all of that and more.
A gain on the play.
Let's go! Let's go!
First
Let's
and
go!
goal at the 7-yard line.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. And it's 6 points for the Baltimore Ravens. The quarterback run has eaten him up all game long. And there he goes again, this time into the end zone.
And what I like about what I'm seeing, absolutely running almost with impunity. He's not worried about his body. He's not worried about sliding. He's not worried about protecting himself. He's worried about getting yardage. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got to start figuring out what these blocking schemes are and finding ways to defeat them.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 43.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. No room to be had there on the 1st down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Jihad Ward in on the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That's caught. It's Demarcus Robinson. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. Mahomes now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. It's Hill, complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Receiver downfield, offense.
Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
40 yellow.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. CD, with that incompletion, let's talk AFC playoff picture. I think you and I agree that if you put together any sort of power rankings, we'd put Baltimore number 1. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10, eluding the pressure right. And going deep for Hill. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek